Welcome back here. We've gone through some technical difficulties, so we were off the air there for a couple of minutes. Apologies for that, but we're back connected. Bottom of the fourth inning getting underway with a foul ball bunt from Phoenix Call. It's 6-1 Bruins. I believe we were on the air for the Armando Briseño home run in the top half, but we'll make sure to clarify it was an Armando Briseño solo shot in the top half of the fourth inning that gave the Dirtbags their first run of the game. So it's 6-1 as the bottom of the fourth is getting underway. Christian Banda, the reliever in the game for Long Beach, and he misses outside. Count now 1-1 to Phoenix Call.
Banda's the new pitcher.
Yeah, a really rough outing for the Dirtbags there. In the third inning, giving up 4 runs, finding themselves in a 6-1 hole. Armando Briseño cuts into the gap just slightly with a solo shot, but it's now to Christian Banda to right the ship.
1-1 taken for strike 2. 1-2 count to Call. On the night, Call 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pitch from Banda misses down, so the count evens 2-2. The Bruins have won 9 of 10 as they've gotten themselves up to the number 10 spot in the nation. 2-2, tapped foul. They're ranked no lower than number 17 on all 5 of the main national polls. D1 Baseball has them at number 10.
Yeah, UCLA they've just continued to climb the rankings week in and week out.
2-2, grounded up the middle and through. It's a leadoff base hit for Phoenix Call as he'll pull up to first with a single. Man on first, nobody out now for UCLA.
Man, that's big for Phoenix Call. Struck out looking his first time up. That time able to rip one right over the pitcher's mound, get on base. And once again, UCLA has cycled through their lineup for the third time tonight. We're going to see Dean West.
Top of the order coming up for UCLA. Christian Banda, the left-handed reliever on the mound for Long Beach State. Dean West, the lefty leadoff man for the Bruins, digs back in. First pitch, fly ball into short left field. Toomey ranges in and he's camped underneath it. He makes the catch for the first out. Call will retreat to first base.
Yeah, West, we saw him swing away in the first inning during his first at-bat, an absolute marathon working against Ramos. He's able to get on base in his second appearance, come around to score that time. Swings at the first pitch he sees, only able to get it as far as Matt Toomey out there left. Dirtbags have one down.
Rock Chalowski comes up now. Phoenix Call down at first base, not a huge stolen base threat. 1 for 4 on stolen base attempts this season. First pitch from Banda, taken just outside on a fastball.
Chalowski so far tonight hasn't been too hot. Hit by a pitch in the first. Just faced a fielder's choice in the third, but always poses a threat.
1-0. Fastball that's towered out into left field. Toomey ranging in. Briseño, the shortstop, back, but Toomey gets there to make the catch. There's a high fly ball off the bat of Chalowski that Toomey tracks down for the second out in a row. 2 outs as the man remains at first base for the Bruins.
With some more quality contact on that ball, Chalowski would have definitely had a home run. His power is not a secret at all, but hasn't been able to connect on one so far tonight. Gives some instructions to the man in the on-deck circle, and Lavu now, the first baseman, comes up to hit.
Moonlevy Lavu steps in, the left-handed hitting first baseman. 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch misses down and away. Lavu flew out to center his first time up and then singled in the third. Came around to score as part of that 4-run inning for the Bruins. We're in the bottom of the fourth, 6-1, UCLA ahead. 1-0 from Banda, taken low for ball 2.
Lavu has quickly established himself as a mainstay of this Bruins lineup. As a true freshman last year, he made 43 starts, appearing in 46 games. Hit .291, tallied 48 hits, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs. He's picked up where he's left off so far this season.
Pickoff attempt as the step and throw from Banda does not fool call. The Bruins have had a hit parade so far as an offense, 8 for 19 as a team. Only one strikeout in the game so far for the Long Beach pitching staff. 2-0. Yanked over to first. Cadena gloves it on the backhand and touches first base. So a hard hit ground ball from Lavu, but Cadena puts it away for the third out. We're going to the fifth inning, 6-1 Bruins here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach coming up to bat in the top of the fifth inning. Nathan Cadena will lead things off for the Dirtbags as it's 6-1 UCLA. Long Beach looking to fight back with the offense. They've got one run on one hit so far. It was a solo home run for Armando Briseño. First pitch in there for a strike. The new pitcher on the mound for UCLA is CJ Bott. Bott has pitched in 13 1/3 innings so far for the Bruins this season with a 6.75 ERA. 0-1, taken just outside by Cadena. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, CJ Bott, the freshman at Scottsdale, Arizona, to Notre Dame Prep High School. The righty stands 6'2", facing Cadena.
1-2, a fastball that misses down and in. Bott has a big windup, brings the glove up over his head. Two one, fouled back. For Bott, that windup looks sort of similar to a pre-Tommy John Walker Buehler before he came back and simplified the windup a bit for the Dodgers last year. Thinking like the 2020 World Series version of Walker Buehler. It's a little delay as he taps the foot with the glove still above his head during the windup. 2-2, breaking ball that finds the middle of the plate. It's grounded up the middle and through. Cadena with a leadoff base hit as he pulls up to first with a single. Dirtbags with a man on and nobody out here to begin the top of the fifth.
Yeah, Nathan Cadena does really well to work against Bott. Rips that one straight up the center near second base. The second hit of the night for Long Beach State. And another runner on first as they look to build a bit of a rally here in the top of the 5th.
Jake Evans, the next hitter for Long Beach State. Bott gives up a single and to the first batter that he faced. Nathan Cadena down at first base, 4 for 7 on stolen base attempts this year. Right on right matchup. First pitch to Evans, grounded foul down the right side. Hard hit ground ball, but just got by the wrong side of the right field foul line. Jake Evans is 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to second. Cadena with a decent lead over at first base. He stays put, though, as a breaking ball finds the zone to make it 0-2 to Evans.
Jake Evans making his second plate appearance of the night in the second inning. Suffered a ground out. So far, he's made solid contact in this at-bat. Just hasn't been able to keep it fair.
0-2. Taken just low. Evans lays off and makes the count 1-2. Six to 1 Bruins, man on first with nobody out here in the top of the 5th for the Dirtbags. 1-2 is chopped high on the ground to second. Call makes a play, throws to second for 1. Chalowski's throw to first in time. What a turn by the Bruins. Oof. They didn't have a lot of time to make it happen with Evans busting down the line, but they make it anyway. A 4-6-3 double play for UCLA, wipes the bases clear. It's now 2 outs in the inning for the Dirtbags.
And a lightning quick double play at that, Bruce. Excellent glove work from Call and Chalowski to work together at second base and the shortstop position. Thrown over to Lavu in what was plenty of time. UCLA flashing the leather on defense. And there's 2 down for the Dirtbags, nobody on, just like that.
Finished with a little scoop on a low throw by Lavu over at first as well. Nice defense from the Bruins for the double play. First pitch misses high to Matt Toomey. And I'll tell you what, JD, that turn from Chalowski at shortstop looked like a big leaguer. Chalowski's a guy who's going to be scouted heavily for upcoming MLB drafts. 1-0 swung on and missed right over the top of a curveball for Toomey.
Yeah, you can bet a few of the guys we're seeing in the lineup tonight for UCLA, even the underclassmen who have been able to come in and put on a show on the mound, are going to be on some major league rosters here in a few years.
1-1 taken low. Chalowski, the Golden Spikes candidate here in his sophomore season. (2-1) is fouled straight back. Chalowski certainly has the physicality of a guy to go pro. And that was a quick turn and good arm strength to complete that double play and double off Jake Evans.
Yeah, Chalowski just looks the part of a big leaguer standing out there at shortstop.
2-2 in there, 4-strike-3. Toomey takes it, and he is rung up by home plate umpire Frank Fugrat. And that does it for the top of the 5th inning. Dirtbags get a leadoff single, but wind up going down facing the minimum. Good first inning on the mound for C.J. Bott. We're going to the bottom of the 5th, 6-1 Bruins here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 5th inning as UCLA is looking to add to their 6-1 lead. Coming up here for the Bruins to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning is the cleanup man, Roman Martin. Christian Banda still on the mound for Long Beach State. First pitch misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, Christian Banda was able to blank the Bruins in the last frame after they scored 6 runs over 2 innings. Absolutely teeing off on this Dirtbags pitching staff.
Nice job by Banda to come out of the bullpen and cool off the Bruins sticks. 1-0 hit him. Fastball that rode in and caught Roman Martin on the front leg. So he'll drop the equipment and head down to first as a leadoff base runner for the Bruins.
Roman Martin hit by a pitch for the 11th time this season. Takes a slow trot down to first base as Christian Banda has to deal with a few heckles from the Bruins audience here at Jackie Robinson Field.
Not a huge crowd tonight for this midweek game. Just scattered fans in the crowd behind home plate, but there still has been a fair share of yelling from the UCLA fans tonight. Long Beach had a quick turnaround to get out onto the field for this one. Their flight back from Honolulu didn't land until 5:30 in the morning on Monday. Left-on-left matchup with AJ Salgado, and he takes strike 1, a fastball on the outside corner. And a 36-hour turnaround for the Dirtbags after they landed back in Southern California from Hawaii over the weekend, and immediately have to head up here the next day to face the number 10 team in the nation. 0-1, checked his swing as it missed outside.
Yeah, Hawaii, obviously the longest trip for any California-based team, any mainland team really in the Big West. Long Beach State arriving so early on Monday morning. You know these guys are tired, having to face some really top-quality opposition.
1-1, a breaker that misses inside. Salgado kept that front elbow right there, hoping it would hit him.
And while we have seen some sloppy moments so far, and UCLA has been able to get hot offensively, we've also seen some quality moments from the Dirtbags, playing solid defense, able to put together a few hits. They're not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination.
Step and throw from Banda, but Martin dives back in safely. Man on first with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 6-1 Bruins.
What we do need to see more of, though, is pitching consistency. Obviously, Christian Banda's done a good job so far, staying efficient, staying consistent, putting up a scoreless frame in the last inning. Needs to continue to work hard against the heart of this Bruins lineup.
2-1 was popped out of play. So the count is even now, 2-2 for Christian Banda. It's a tough assignment to go from a full weekend of Big West Conference play for the Dirtbags to a red-eye flight back to California. 2-2, right on his hands. It's chopped up the middle. Evans, the second baseman, comes in, fields, and throws on the run in time to first. Nice job by Jake Evans to at least get an out there on a slow chopper from Salgado. So ground out moves the runner up to second base with 1 out now for the Bruins.
Yeah, Roman Martin's going to take his position now at second base. He's got one hand on his hip, both feet on the bag. UCLA with another runner in scoring position. In the game they lost against San Diego, they hit 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position. That really doomed them, especially late in the game when they had multiple opportunities with the bases loaded. It's been a completely different story tonight. UCLA incredibly efficient with runners in scoring position tonight, hitting 4 for 6. That's what really propelled them in the second and third innings.
6-1 UCLA, man on second with 1 out. First pitch just misses low underneath the knees to Blake Baltz. Christian Banda at 22 pitches since coming in relief. One 0 pitch, misses inside. It's been a tough year so far for Christian Banda. After that last out, he's up to 10 innings even on the season. He's allowed 10 earned runs, so a 9 ERA. Back pick to second, but Martin is back easily. Blake Baltz is 2 for 2 today. A single his first time and a double his last trip to the plate. Drove in a run with that 2-bagger. This one misses down in the dirt. Count now 3-0 to Baltz.
Blake Baltz comes from a baseball family. His grandfather, Lou Baltz, a USC graduate, played in the major leagues in the 1950s.
So grandson flips to the other side of the rivalry.
I know, a little bad blood between the family.
3-0, bounces in. Nice block by Ortega, but it's a 4-pitch walk to Blake Baltz. Runners now at first and second with 1 out for UCLA. Baltz has reached safely all 3 times tonight. As now Efren Ortega gives a slow walk out to the mound. Just a 2-man conference for the Dirtbags. Banda gives him a tap on the shoulder. Now Ortega will pivot and walk back to home plate.
There is some action over there in the Dirtbags bullpen, but for now it's Christian Banda who's going to be sticking with it.
Banda looks over towards the Dirtbag dugout. Now he's ready to resume play. The hitter coming up for UCLA is Jared Hawking. 1 for 2 tonight, but his one hit was a big one. It was a 2-run homer in the second that got the scoring started. First pitch from Banda taken for a strike. It's a fastball there. Looked like it might have had a little bit of cut on it. Oh-1. Hard ground ball right through Elliott at third base. It gets into left field. That'll score 1 for the Bruins. Moving from first to third on a slide is Baltz, and Martin gets into second base. We'll see how that's scored, but nonetheless, it's 2 bases for the hitter Hawking. Now it'll be second and third for UCLA as another run scores. It's now 7-1 Bruins.
Yeah, Easton Elliott holding down the hot corner and looking a bit like Bill Buckner. That ball just goes right through his legs, right under the glove, and into left. Matt Toomey has to come in and make the throw down to third. The Bruins able to score on what was at least a mildly preventable 1-out double.
7-1 Bruins. Castle Duggar steps in now. Long Beach brings the infield in for a left-on-left matchup. Pitch from Banda down in the dirt, blocked by Ortega, but it goes for ball 1.
Yeah, the Bruins once again, 2 runners in scoring position. We got men on second and third now, both taking 3-hop leads, looking to stay aggressive on the base paths.
1-0. Chopper on the right side, but it gets foul. Still waiting a bit to see what the official scoring decision was. It is going to go as an error. They had originally put up a hit for UCLA, but now tack on that second error for the Dirtbags. So it's an error on Easton Elliott that plates another run. 1-1 pitch from Banda. Chopper over towards second. Evans fields. His throw to home plate will get into a rundown as the runner Baltz stops halfway. Ortega runs him back to the bag and tags him out. The hitter Duggar is going to move up to second on the rundown, but a nice job by Fields to throw to home plate, or by Evans, excuse me, to throw to home plate. Dirtbags prevent another run. Score stays 7-1 as it's going to be second and third once again for the Bruins.
Yeah, a bit of baseball IQ by Jake Evans there at second base. Immediately recognizes that the throw down to Efren Ortega at home is the right play to make. Now the Dirtbags have 2 down, facing the same position they were a batter ago. Runners on second and third, this time with 2 outs.
Baltz was dead to rights and just threw on the brakes before he got to home plate. So Phoenix Call comes into the box now and tips the first one into the glove for strike 1. Second and third with 2 outs for the Bruins.
Phoenix Call tonight. Struck out looking in the second, got on base in the fourth. Has a big opportunity now to drive in a few runs. So far this season, 17 RBIs.
0-1, down, taken for ball 1. It was a single up the middle for Call in the 4th inning. Big couple runners out there for the Dirtbags to try and prevent from scoring. It's already a 6-run deficit as the 1-1 bounces in and gets by Ortega. That'll score another run for the Bruins on a wild pitch from Christian Banda. Both runners advance 90 feet. It's now 8-1 UCLA.
Yeah, Christian Banda disappointed, doesn't even make the full sprint down to home plate. Nothing Efren Ortega can do about that one behind the dish. Bounces off the back wall and a stand-up run scores. It's now 8-1 Bruins.
Absolutely spiked that one. Ortega can't knock it down, so the score is now 8-1. Runner at third base with 2 outs in the inning. 2-1 pitch to call. Swung on and missed right over the top of a slider. Count now 2-2. The number 9 hitter for UCLA, looking for his second hit tonight. Man at third waiting for him. 2-2, taken down and in for ball 3.
Yeah, Phoenix Column now has full count. 2 outs against him and a runner on third. Takes a deep breath.
Dean West, the leadoff man, waiting on deck. Payoff pitch. Chopped foul down the left side.
Cole makes a bit of contact, stays alive. You know that one's going to rattle the hands a little bit. Adjusts his batting gloves. Steps in to face Banda again.
Left on right matchup. Banda looking to put away the number 9 hitter for the Bruins. Another 3-2 pitch. Hard ground ball over to second. Evans ranges in. Fields had to double clutch, but gets it to first in time to retire the side. Bruins plate another couple of runs, so as we go to the 6th, it's 8-1 UCLA here on 22 West Radio. UCLA going to the bullpen again. This time it's a lefty coming in. Ryan Rhesus comes onto the mound, a transfer from UC San Diego, so some experience in the Big West for Rhesus. But he's in Westwood now, facing Long Beach State with an 8-1 lead for his Bruins. 8-9-1 due up for Long Beach, starting with Efren Ortega. Rhesus pitching out of the stretch. First pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, Rhesus out there on the mound. Hometown San Ramon, California. The graduate student stands 6'3", another lefty, so Long Beach State having to face pitchers who can sling it from both sides tonight.
0-1. Taken down in the dirt, deflected right off the catcher Duggar, back up into the bat of Ortega, but the count is now 1-1. On the season, Rhesus has a 2.25 ERA in 10 appearances. One, breaking ball that falls in for strike 2. Rhesus has done a nice job preventing hits against him. 8 innings on the mound, only 4 hits. That turns into that 2.25 ERA, but it is a bit deceptive as he's walked 9 in those 8 innings on the mound. So command has been an issue for Rhesus this year. 1-2, a fastball that sails high. Efren Ortega 0 for 1 tonight. And a ground out to first, his first time up. 2-2, fouled. Fly ball that gets out of play, so the count stays there.
Efren Ortega came into this game batting .242. Haven't appeared in 12 games so far this season. Boasting one of the best on-base percentages, though, in this entire Dirtbags lineup.
That on base at .422 now after that ground out in the 3rd inning. Another 2-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. Nice take by Ortega to make the count full. Temperature's starting to drop here at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Payoff pitch, checked his swing on a breaking ball low, and he went around. So Ortega strikes out on a filthy curveball from Ryan Rhesus, and that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Ortega wasn't sure if he wanted it or not. Goes around about halfway, and then, just for good measure, Duggar behind the dish tags him one time. The Bruins have one down. Long Beach State looking for their 3rd hit of the contest. It's going to be Easton Elliott coming to the plate now.
Elliott, the number 9 hitter for Long Beach, struck out his first time up. First pitch, a fastball that misses high. Elliott had an error in the field in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bruins are ahead 8-1. Long Beach has committed a couple of errors tonight that have led to runs. 1-0, curveball that popped out of his hand and hits Easton Elliott right on the front arm. So he'll gladly take it and head down to first base as a 1-out base runner for the Dirtbags.
Yeah, Elliott, for the 3rd time this season, hit by a pitch, will gladly take up some real estate on the first base line. As we're back to the top of the order for the Dirtbags, Kyle Ashworth, still looking to get on base himself, steps up.
Not often Ashworth gets set down back-to-back plate appearances to start a game. First pitch to Ashworth, taken for a strike. He's got a .466 on base percentage this year, nearly half of his plate appearances. That he's reached, that is. Man at first with 1 out. 0-1 pitch to Ashworth, breaking ball that swung on and missed. It's breaking down towards the dirt. That breaking ball from Rhesus looking good this inning.
Yeah, Kyle Ashworth stuck standing up chasing that breaking ball. Thought he had it until he didn't. Steps out of the batter's box now. Takes a deep breath. Settles the nerves, adjusts the helmet. Now steps back in, facing a 0-2 count.
Elliott, the runner at first, 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts this year. 0-2 pitch to Ashworth, curveball down in the dirt, but blocked by Duggar behind the dish. Left on left matchup for Ashworth. Here's the 1-2. Curveball misses low again.
Resource just tries to get to the same place again with a different pitch. Misses low and outside. And Ashworth has battled his way back here. Count 2-2.
Curveball is tapped fouled on the right side. The Dirtbags, as things stand, are in 8th place in the Big West, 3 games back from the 5th spot in the loss column. It's only 5 teams that will make it to Fullerton for the Big West tournament at the end of the schedule. So the Dirtbags still within reach of trying to make it there. They have the tiebreaker over UC Santa Barbara, who's currently in the 6th spot. 2-2 is lined into center field. Backtracking, but able to make the catch is Salgado. So it's a hard line out for Kyle Ashworth. He's set down 3 times in a row to start the game. Now it's 2 outs, man still on first for Long Beach.
Kyle Ashworth able to make his best contact, but only able to send it about 370. It's 395 out to the wall in center field. AJ Salgado has to backtrack just a few steps. Gives Ashworth a glimmer of hope before the ball finds the leather pocket. UCLA now 2 outs. Still a runner on first as Easton Elliott starts to look a little aggressive with a two-hop lead.
First pitch to Champagne, a breaking ball that finds the zone. Champagne 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of flyouts. For Long Beach, as they're 3 games back in the loss column of that 5th spot in the Big West, as a step and throw is unsuccessful. It's UC San Diego in the 7th place spot, UC Santa Barbara in 6th, and then Cal State Bakersfield in the 5 spot. Cal State Fullerton has had a good season to this point. They're 9-6 in conference play. They're placing 4th. As the 0-1 comes home to Champagne, it's a fly ball out into center field, barely having to move. Salgado makes the catch, and that retires the side. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Still 8-1 Bruins here on 22 West Radio. Joey, Joey Iglesias, the new reliever for Long Beach State, as he comes in. This is his 13th appearance of the year. Iglesias has struggled to this point with a 9.22 ERA. It's been a lot of hits against him, 22 hits in 13 and 2/3 frames. But Iglesias will look to find some success here against the Bruins tonight as he's facing the top of the order.
Yeah, Joey Iglesias has kind of a lasso-like delivery from the mound. The righty will have to start his shift today against the top of the Bruins order.
First pitch to Dean West, missed high. West squared around but pulled the bunt back. Dean West is 1 for 3 tonight with a single. His first at-bat, when he led off the bottom of the first inning, went 12 pitches before he grounded out. Next one in there for a strike, a fastball from Iglesias, makes it 1-1. To continue the conversation from last inning, after Cal State Fullerton is in the 4th place spot in the Big West, it's Hawaii in 3rd at 9-6 in conference play. 1-1. Flied out into left field. Toomey ranges to his right, now slightly in before he makes the catch. Dropped the ball in the transfer, but he will still rule it an out. 1 out, nobody on for the Bruins on the fly out.
Yeah, Dean West continues to stay aggressive, but Matt Toomey up to the task.
With Hawaii in 3rd place, it's UC Irvine in 2nd. The Anteaters 1-11 in conference play. That one loss came at the hands of the Dirtbags. It was the conference opener that Long Beach went to UCI and won it. So the Anteaters have won 11 Big West games in a row. First pitch to Rock Chalowski is in there for a strike. Now, JD, you'd say, if the Anteaters have won 11 Big West games in a row, you're telling me they're in 2nd place?
That means somebody's undefeated.
That they are. Cal Poly Mustangs are 12-0 in conference play. The 0-1 is taken for strike 2. The Mustangs have not only been the story of the Big West this season, but one of the stories across collegiate baseball. They're 22-8 overall and currently find themselves at the top of the Big West. Cal Poly has won 8 games in a row. Chalowski takes one inside for ball 1. Ortega started to stand up as if he was going to make the throw to 3rd, but doesn't get the call. Leading the offense for Cal Poly this year has been none other than Jack Collins, the Long Beach State transfer. 1-2 to Chalowski is chopped on the ground to the left side. Briseño ranges in. It's Elliott who cuts in front of him to field it, but the throw to first is not in time. Chalowski beats it out for an infield single. So now it'll be a man at first base and 1 out for the Bruins.
A bit of a miscommunication there between 2nd and 3rd. Briseño and Elliott both converged on the ball. Easton Elliott got there first but couldn't make the throw in time. Watch Chalowski showing off the wheels. The Bruins have another runner on. We got to see Jack Collins up close and personal at Blair Field for the Big West leading Cal Poly Mustangs.
There was a sweep at the hands of the Mustangs in Long Beach earlier this season. Collins was great throughout that series. First pitch here misses outside to Mulivi Navu.
Interestingly enough, in their first series of the year, you wouldn't have guessed Cal Poly would have such a breakout campaign in the Big West. They played UCLA here at Jackie Robinson Stadium, dropping the 3-game series that included losses by scores of 18-2 and 16-0.
Chopper to second base. Evans ranges over. Fields his only play is the first, and that's the one he makes. So ground out for Lavu. Goes for the 2nd out of the inning. Chalowski moves up to 2nd. As you said, JD, that was a rough way to start the season for Cal Poly. The first game of the year with them and UCLA was a 3-2 win for the Bruins, so a fairly close game as the Dirtbags have a mound visit going right now. But those next 2 games, 18-2 for the Bruins and then 16-0. So Cal Poly got put right in the ground to start the season, but they managed to bounce back, and now you look at them 22-8 overall on the season, 12-0 in the Big West. They're a serious contender to not only win the Big West this season, but really possibly even make it to the regional tournament and maybe even have their hand trying to get to Omaha.
Yeah, one of their most impressive wins of the season, an upset of the #1 ranked team in the country, Texas A&M, early on that really put Cal Poly on the map.
Roman Martin, the batter now for UCLA. Joey Iglesias remaining on the mound. First pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, Iglesias getting a brief talking to out there at the mound. Runner on second in scoring position where UCLA has been so deadly tonight. Just telling him to keep an eye on that one, take care of business against Martin, and get out of this inning without any damage.
0-1. Chop to the left side. Elliott ranges over, fields, but it's in foul territory. So the foul ball off the bat of Martin makes it an 0-2 count. The Bruin third baseman is 1 for 2 tonight. Had an RBI double in the third inning. Was hit by a pitch in the fifth. He'll have a long and slow walk back down the first base line to pick up his bat. The on-deck hitter, A.J. Salgado, walked over and balanced the bat perfectly just outside the left-handed box.
Something so satisfying about a bat standing perfectly upright.
It's a classic move. Oftentimes it's done by the opposing catcher, but that time it's Salgado who walked out from the on-deck circle to set up his teammate. Ready to go now. 0-2 from Iglesias. Inside, and it hit him. Fastball that barrels in and catches Martin right on the elbow guard. So a bad 0-2 miss from Iglesias gives the Bruins another base runner. Now runners at first and second with 2 out as A.J. Salgado comes up.
Yeah, Roman Martin takes that one right to the elbow.
Second hit by pitch of the game for Martin. Gets him out of an 0-2 hole there. Salgado 1 for 3 as the left-handed center fielder steps in. His one hit was an RBI double. Couple runners on. First pitch from Iglesias, misses outside. You know, it really speaks to the prowess of this Bruins offense with Salgado batting in the 5 spot. A 1.113 OPS on the season. Doesn't even get him into the top 4.
Yeah, Salgado, a big physical hitter. Part of that third inning rally. Notched a double, drove in a run himself, and then came around to score. We came into this game talking about how efficient the UCLA offense is, how scary they are for opposing pitchers, and how you need to be perfect if you want a chance to beat them on any given day. So far, UCLA has brought the bats tonight, absolutely dominating on the offensive end.
1-0 miss with a fastball. 2-0 is swung on and missed.
So far tonight, 8 runs on 9 hits. It's been all doubles, all big hits, all home runs. Long Beach hasn't been able to keep up so far, but they do have a run of their own. Armando Brasenia with that solo shot to put Long Beach on the board.
It's one of only 2 hits for the Dirtbags tonight. This one chopped foul down the right side. Compare that to 9 hits for the Bruins, 4 of them going for extra bases.
Yeah, this UCLA team really scary. They've only continued to climb the rankings as the season has gone on. Entered last weekend at number 14 before their 3-game series against San Diego. Comes in at number 10 this week. They had their eyes firmly set on Omaha this year, playing their first season in the Big Ten.
Chalowski bouncing around at second base. 2-2 comes home and misses outside. So the runners will get a head start here. The full count and 2 outs in the inning. Runners are at first and second. Salgado, the man in the box.
Big pitch coming from Joey Iglesias. Needs to escape the frame.
8-1 Bruins already. They look to add right here. Runners go. The payoff pitch. A slider that floats way outside. So an easy take for Salgado. Loads the bases. 2 outs in the inning for the Bruins, but they're threatening again.
Yeah, Ortega meets Joey Iglesias about halfway down the track between the mound and home plate. Gives a soft underhand toss of the ball, and now Iglesias just paces around the mound, gets back on the rubber, and although there is action over there in the Dirtbags bullpen, he'll stay in to face Blake Balls.
Don't quote me on it, but looks like that's Jacob Russell, the lefty reliever for Long Beach. Tough to tell for sure, but it is indeed Russell. Confirmation coming from the Dirtbags SID, Matt Turk, next to us in the press box tonight. Blake Baltz, the hitter now for UCLA. He takes ball 1 on a fastball off the outside corner. Baltz has had a essentially flawless game to this point. 2 for 2 with a walk, a single, and an RBI double on his line. Good speed on the bases at all 3 spots for UCLA. The 1-0 comes home. He checked his swing, but it's in there for a called strike. They won't be running now, but for UCLA across the bases, 3 men on, and combine their totals, they're 17 stolen bases without a single caught stealing, 11 in those from Chalowski at third. Iglesias comes home again and delivers a fastball on the outside corner for strike 2.
Yeah, the Long Beach defense takes up their positions. Briseño and Evans at shortstop and second base. Ranged over deep into the outfield grass.
Chalowski deked a break from third. 1-2, tapped foul right off of the leg of Baltz. Deflects back behind home plate, and the count stays at 1-2. One of the things that's been really impressive for UCLA tonight as an offense, only 1 strikeout, 27 at-bats. The Dirtbags have not been able to get many whiffs tonight. Another 1-2, misses down and away with a changeup.
Yeah, one thing Iglesias hasn't done is chase Blake balls inside. He's painted a lot of pitches on the outside. If he wants to get aggressive, wants to get into the zone, get some strikes here, he needs to take a risk.
8-1 Bruins, bases loaded with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 pitch, a slider that just misses outside. So the count is now full. The runners at all 3 bases will get a head start. Blake Baltz looking for a base knock that would do some extra damage. UCLA yet to score in the inning. Iglesias sets. Runners go as the pitch comes home, and it's fouled back into the netting, so we'll do it again.
Yeah, these Bruins base runners are ready to run. They may be up by 7 runs, but they want more. As Blake Balls will continue to fight against Joey Iglesias.
Baltz trying to keep his perfect night alive. He's reached all 3 trips to the plate. Couple hits and a walk. Runners go. Another full count pitch. Misses low. So a nice at-bat from Blake Baltz, and his walk will force in another run for the Bruins. It's now 9-1 UCLA.
Yeah, not how the Dirtbags want to concede another run. Joey Iglesias just refuses to pitch inside the balls, doesn't want to give up a hit, doesn't want to give up an extra base hit, as we've seen the Bruins do so many times, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the line for Joey Iglesias.
Dirtbags going to the bullpen. It's Jacob Russell coming in, but Orlando Garza will come out and take the ball from Iglesias. A long inning here, as Iglesias had already thrown 27 pitches, and that'll do it for him. He'll head to the dugout. Bruins ahead 9-1 with the bases loaded and a chance to add some more. Dirtbags making a pitching change here on 22 West Radio. Jacob Russell coming on as the new reliever for Long Beach State, trying to strand the bases loaded for the Bruins. UCLA with a chance to try and put this one into some blowout territory if it's not there already. It's 9-1 UCLA with the bases loaded. Jacob Russell comes in to face Jared Hawking, the right-handed hitter for UCLA.
Jared Hawking knocked his second home run of the season earlier in this game. His first plate appearance in the second. Left the yard. Now has another opportunity to drive in some more runs for the Bruins with the bases loaded. Jacob Russell stands in his way.
First pitch, a slider that misses in. It's a left-on-right matchup. Russell, the southpaw, on the mound. This is his 9th appearance of the year. He's got an even 9 ERA. 1-0, taken outside for ball 2. Russell has had good command this year, only 1 walk in 8 innings, but he's allowed 15 hits, translating to those 8 earned runs. 2-0, taken down and away. So Russell comes out of the bullpen with the bases loaded, and he's fallen behind 3-0 to Jared Hawking.
Not ideal, but he's got to throw strikes now.
.30 pitch, misses way outside. So Jacob Russell walks Hawking on 4 pitches. That forces in another run. Second straight bases loaded walk for UCLA, as they're now ahead 10-1.
Yeah, Joey Iglesias saw a run walk in, and now Jacob Russell does the same. Just a refusal from both pitchers to pitch to UCLA. They've seen how dangerous these hitters are, and UCLA, for all their smarts and all their patience, won't chase a pitch outside. So a bit of a chess match happening right now, and it's not benefiting the Dirtbags.
Bases loaded still, 2 outs as Cashel Duggar steps in and takes strike 1. Russell finds the zone with a fastball that time. Left on left matchup now. Russell sets the belt. 0-1 on the outside corner with another fastball for strike 2. Duggar is 0 for 3 tonight. The only Bruin hitter in the lineup that has not recorded a hit. 0-2. Fastball lined into center field. A base hit for Duggar. Will score 1. Second runner rounding third, and he'll get in. The throw goes to second base. It's a 2-run single for Cashel Duggar. Runners now at the corners for the Bruins as they've extended their lead to 12-1.
I think you jinxed it, Bruce.
There's a fastball on the 0-2 count that caught way too much plate there from Russell. Duggar turns it around into center. 2-run single. So now Phoenix Call will come up with runners at the corners and a 12-1 Bruin lead.
Yeah, excellent work at the plate there from Duggar. Runners on first and third for the Bruins now, with Phoenix Call stepping up to the plate. They've plated 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Extend their lead 12-1 now.
This one getting away from Long Beach State. Call steps in, 1 for 3 in the game to this point. Single, a ground out, and a strikeout. First pitch from Russell, a slider that misses high. There's already more action going in the Long Beach State bullpen. Warming now is Arthur Liu. The southpaw on the mound facing the right-handed hitting Call. Next one comes in and misses low for ball 2.
Call is a familiar last name for these Dirtbags. Phoenix's brother plays for UC Irvine, the legendary Chase Call. The senior outfielder has multiple records at UC Irvine, and his younger brother paving his own path at UCLA.
2-0. Taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Call had a good series against the Dirtbags when they played down in Irvine to begin the conference schedule. Call has a good series about just about anybody that he plays.
Yeah.
Very good player. 2-1 is fouled off down the right side, counting out 2-2. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. 12-1 Bruins as they've plated 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Two-two. Tapped foul. Call was out ahead of that one, but stuck the bat head out and got a piece. Evident as to what UCLA has done tonight. Only one strikeout in the game for the Bruins offense. Dirtbags pitching staff just has not been able to buy a whiff. Another 2-2 taken inside. So it's another long plate appearance for the Bruins, and now the runner at first, Cashel Duggar, will be on the move with the pitch.
Yeah, Phoenix Call has been patient. He's waited for his pitch. Jacob Russell needs to deliver a strike now.
Called the number 9 hitter. Payoff pitch. Line drive into center field. Champagne ranges back towards the right center gap, and he makes the catch. Nice work by Alex Champagne to end the inning. Had to go a very long way for that one, but the Gold Glove caliber center fielder for Long Beach comes up with the play. UCLA leaves them stranded at the corners, but adds 4 more in the inning. We're going to the 7th, 12-1 Bruins here on 22 West Radio. UCLA going to the bullpen again. They've stuck to the mantra of a bullpen game despite the large lead. The new man coming in is Cal Randall. Randall pitching in his 2nd season as a Bruin. So far through 9 games, he has a solid 3.68 ERA.
Yeah, Cal Randall came out of high school, De La Salle High School at that, as one of the top-ranked pitchers in the country. He was the 4th highest-rated right-handed pitcher in California and was in part of the top 20 prospects in the nation. Came to UCLA, pined his trade last year, did really well in his 4 appearances, all in relief. Tonight, he gets another chance to prove himself in his sophomore season. So far this season, appeared in a few games, 7 1/3 innings pitched, appeared twice in the San Diego series in 2 different games, including the Sunday loss.
Armando Briseño leads it off for Long Beach State. First pitch misses outside and gets to the backstop. Briseño responsible for the only run tonight for the Dirtbags. It was his solo homer back in the 4th inning. It's a 12-1 UCLA lead as the 7th inning gets underway. Here's a hard fly ball into the right center gap, but the right fielder Hawking ranges over to make the catch. Decent barrel on that one again from Briseño, but didn't have the launch angle that his home run had. So it's a fly out to begin the top of the 7th. 1 out, nobody on for the Dirtbags.
Yeah, Briseño able to make solid contact, but doesn't get to the warning track. Hawking able to make the easy play, and the Bruins have 1 down.
Luke Taylor comes up now, 0 for 2 tonight, both strikeouts. Randall delivers a strike. So right-handed pitcher goes out of the windup with nobody on base. He's got the pants pulled up way high, might be above the knee. 0-1 taken outside for ball one. Got a very high leg kick as part of the delivery home. Gets that toe up to around his shoulder. 1-1 taken on the inside corner, a fastball for a strike two.
Yeah, always a fan of those deliveries, that extra little leg kick, a bit of flair. I can always appreciate a little flourish of style and grace at the pitcher's mound.
1-2, down in the dirt. That one bounced a couple of feet in front of home plate, and Taylor lays off. Two checked his swing on a heater up high, and he did not go around. No velo readings tonight at Jackie Robinson Stadium, but you can tell with the naked eye, Cal Randall buzzing with that fastball.
Yeah, some of the hardest pitches we've seen all night.
Payoff pitch, heater up and in. Taylor ducks out of the way of it, and he's drawn a 1-out walk.
Yeah, Taylor gets on base. Keeps his nose, keeps all of his limbs. As Randall throwing a lot of heat, but doesn't have a lot of control at the moment. Still struggling to find it. The Dirtbags will look to take advantage here with Nathan Cadena stepping up.
That was the 6th walk that Randall has issued this season in 7 2/3 innings. Nathan Cadena has the only Dirtbags hit aside from the Briseño homer. He steps in at 1 for 2 tonight. Luke Taylor at first with 1 out. Randall misses high and away with ball one. It was a single up the middle for Cadena in the 5th inning. 1-0 in there for a strike. One is a line drive out of play down the right side.
Cadena, one of 4 seniors tonight in the Dirtbag starting lineup. Long Beach this season has rocked with a combination of freshman talent and senior experience on display in the lineup again tonight, where we also have 4 freshmen.
1-2, a fastball that's taken high. Oftentimes this year for the Dirtbags, it's been the seniors up at the top of the order and then a good assortment of freshmen near the bottom of the lineup. Cadena, first-year Dirtbag, transferred in from San Jose State. He had played there for the previous 4 seasons. 2-2, fouled straight back. Cadena's played all around the infield for Long Beach this year. Has starts at third base, second base, and first base. That's where he's playing tonight. Another 2-2, another one fouled straight back.
Yeah, Cadena continues to fight. Adjust his elbow guard a little bit before stepping back into the batter's box. Cal Randall still throwing gas, but Cadena doing his best to catch up to it.
2-2, taken down and away, count now full. Nice at bat here from Nathan Cadena. Taylor stays put at first as the payoff pitch is fouled straight back.
And Cadena continues to battle. Probably taking notes from Dean West. The UCLA leadoff hitter had a 12-pitch at-bat in which he fouled out about 11 of those pitches.
Full count pitch misses high. Looked like that Randall slipped off the mound a bit there as a fastball sailed on him. So it's back-to-back walks for the Dirtbags. Have now got runners at first and second with 1 out.
Yeah, the most runners the Dirtbags have had on base at a single moment for this entire game. No Long Beach runner has advanced to second base tonight, thanks to quality pitching from UCLA and some flashy infield moves. As we continue to move down the order, it's Jake Evans in the 6th hole, 0 for 2 tonight, who steps up to the plate.
Despite the series win in Hawaii over the weekend, Long Beach never quite got the sticks all the way going. They batted just 192 as a team in those 3 games. First pitch from Randall to Jake Evans is in for a strike.
Yeah, in that Hawaii series, Long Beach State only hit 167 as a team. They found ways to win when it mattered, but really didn't have an offensive explosion or really a productive offensive outing like we saw against UC Santa Barbara in the previous series.
0-1 swung on and missed. Evans can't catch up to the heat. The freshman second baseman is 0 for 2 tonight. Both ground outs. The second one went for a twin killing.
Oh, what now?
0-2. Rode up and in, and it looked like it caught Evans right on the knob of the bat. There's a deflection right over towards the Dirtbag dugout, and based on the immediate lack of a reaction, did not catch Evans on the hand.
Yeah, close call there. Cal Randall continues to pitch high and inside.
0-2. Fastball fouled off. Couple runners on for the Dirtbags. First time they've had a man in scoring position tonight. Another 0-2. Fastball powered it by him. Evans swings and misses for the second out.
And Jake Evans unable to catch up to that one. Again, we don't know how fast the pitches are flying here, but Cal Randall definitely has some exit velocity coming off that right hand of his.
Based on the eyes and ears radar gun, that's some good velocity on the mound.
Oh, yeah. At 6'4", 210. He's built like a big leaguer.
Matt Toomey comes in now, another guy with a tall frame. Toomey not quite as filled out, but standing 6'3" in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch, fastball in for a strike. Toomey 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. Trying to get a ball in play here. Oh, 1 misses outside. Might have been another one there that Randall sort of slipped as he came downhill. One missed up and in, and it caught a piece of Toomey as it went by. Just tips off of him, so hit by pitch will load the bases for Long Beach. All 3 Long Beach runners have reached via 2 walks and a hit by pitch, so free passes in some regard from Cal Randall. So the Dirtbags have the bases loaded with Efren Ortega coming up. 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, Long Beach's best opportunity of the night to drive in a run so far. We're going to have a mound visit from the UCLA coaching staff. If this wasn't a 12-1 game, obviously we'd have a little bit more panic from the Bruins, but we'll see if this is a pitching change or a routine visit.
Looks like they are going to the bullpen. So a quick hook here for Cal Randall. He's going to head off after throwing 24 pitches and issuing 2 walks and a hit by pitch. UCLA going to the bullpen as the Dirtbags have loaded the bases here in the top of the 7th. We'll introduce the new Bruins arm coming up next here on 22 West Radio. UCLA makes a pitching change here in the top of the 7th inning. Bases are loaded for Long Beach State. The Bruins still holding on to a 12-1 lead. The new man coming in is a right-handed graduate student, August Souza, on the mound now for the Bruins.
Yeah, August Souza spent 5 years at Santa Clara University. We're transferring over to UCLA for year number 6 of college ball. Stands 6'2", out of Reno, Nevada.
Right on right matchup as Efren Ortega steps in. First pitch misses outside. It's a graduate student versus true freshman. Opposite ends of the collegiate scale. Bases are loaded for Long Beach State. Still an 11-run lead for UCLA. 1-0 pitch. Misses high. Looked like a little wrinkle in that one. Might have been a cutter, but Ortega lays off. The true freshman catcher for the Dirtbags has shown a lot of patience this year. Batting .229, but has reached base at a .413 clip. 2-0 taken for a strike. Some tail on a fastball there that fell into the zone. Taylor the runner at third, Cadena at second, and Toomey at first. The 2-1 taken low for ball 3.
Yeah, Ortega steps out of that one. Woods get hit on the toes. So far tonight, Ortega grounded out in third, struck out in the 6th, has yet to reach base, but with the bases loaded and 2 outs, needs to come up with something.
Easton Elliott waiting on deck. 3-1, fouled off. Ortega tried to catch up to a fastball there, but just glances it. So the count is now full. The runners will be on the move from all 3 bases.
On the mound, Souza is used to these situations. He's had an up-and-down career, coming off an injury last season. But all in all, had an impressive career at Santa Clara. Through his 5 years, only gave up 4 home runs, having faced over 300 batters.
Payoff pitch. Taken in there for strike 3. Ortega goes down looking, and it looks like that's going to do it. We've got a mercy rule. Hadn't heard whether they had agreed to one pregame. The ruling here for these non-conference games, the 2 coaches have to agree on the mercy rule ground rules before the game starts. Looks like they did. So that's going to be a final here after 6.5 innings. 12-1, UCLA beats Long Beach State. Blowout here for the Bruins at Jackie Robinson Stadium. The Dirtbags will have a chance for revenge later this season when UCLA heads down to Blair Field, but this one finishes early, 6.5 innings and a 12-1 victory for UCLA.
Yeah, not totally surprised this one finishes halfway through the 7th. UCLA just dominates Long Beach State today. Offensively, they are lights out, really efficient hitting. We saw later on in the frames when they had already built up a 10-run lead that the Long Beach State bullpen just simply didn't want to pitch to the hitters anymore because so many extra base hits, so many runs driven in, so many long rallies for this Bruins team. Had already put them up a considerable amount. For Long Beach State, they come into this game tired from their series against Hawaii, in which they arrived late back in California Monday night, but they'll have to switch their focus now from the midweek to the weekend where they face CSU Bakersfield.
Dirtbags had won 5 of 7 coming in and take a tough loss here at UCLA, but a big series coming up, so the Dirtbags will have to focus on turning the page as quick as they can. Cal State Bakersfield next on the schedule, and it's Bakersfield that currently stands in the 5th place spot in the Big West. So as the Dirtbags try to climb up and potentially be that 5th place team to try and make it to the conference tournament, they'll need to surpass Bakersfield. So a huge series coming up this weekend at Blair Field, but that'll do it for us here at Jackie Robinson Stadium. 12-1 the final score as UCLA beats Long Beach State. So for Bruce Kroontz here, JD Beaudry next to me, that's it for us here at Jackie Robinson Stadium. This has been Long Beach State Dirtbags Baseball on 22 West Radio, streaming live on the 22 West Sports YouTube channel. Our next broadcast will be on Friday for Game 1 of that series back at Blair Field between Long Beach State and Cal State Bakersfield. It'll be JD Beaudry and Brandon Rodriguez on the call for that one. I'll be back on Sunday for that series finale. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And make sure to stay tuned on this YouTube stream. We're going to end the stream now, but refresh in a couple of minutes, and then the Dirtbags Baseball Today post-game show will be on. Thanks for joining us.